Right guys, so welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about my very cheap, new to me SRAD 600. As you know from previous videos, I've had an SRAD before and I kind of regretted selling it. I'm not going to say it is the most comfortable bike, and I'm not going to say it's the best bike, because it's not. There are better. It is kind of small even for me. This is something that I've realised. However, the things that make me go for this particular bike, or an SRAD in general, parts are really cheap. It was on my doorstep. I didn't realise how easy it is to work on, and had I known that before, I probably wouldn't have sold the white one that I had. What I would have done is probably just upgraded the bits and pieces, and then that way I would have probably saved myself quite a lot of money in the long run. This particular bike is a 99 V-Reg. As I said, it's a 600. It's got 6 owners, minimal history, no MOT. It did have MOT but ran out. The guy before me, he actually paid, and I can't believe this myself, he paid 1,700 quid for Project SRAD, non-original fairings. It was black on the logbook and it is black now, but it's been painted some sort of black metallic colour, and he paid 1,700 quid for it, needing work. I paid way under half of that, and to be fair, it wasn't a bad deal. It didn't need loads. It's got an upgraded front master cylinder from like a K5 or a K6 Gixxer, which I'm quite pleased about. The fork seals were done on the last MOT. Generally speaking, the tyres are good, the brakes are good, the rear brake works, which is a bonus. The tyres don't need changing, the alloys aren't flaking. The chain I'm going to save. I thought it was finished, it was kind of rusty. But I've managed to kind of save it for a little bit. But I am planning on getting the SRAD 750 braced swing on. They're about 45-50 quid. But I believe if someone can confirm this, I may need to change the front sprocket, as the Gixxer rear, the 750 SRAD rear end is slightly longer apparently. But we'll see. So when I bought the bike, come with loads of spares. It come with a spare CDI unit, Haynes manual, a service kit, so it's had an oil and filter. Spark plugs have already been done. It's got a K&N air filter. It's come with spare coals, which are about 40-50 quid to buy, and a few other bits and pieces. So to run through it, I'm going to start from the back just to say what I've changed. So let's see if I've got it here. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see this on camera. That is the old rear dog bone. If you heard that, that was actually one of the bearings falling out. I've changed that, and I've changed the rear shock because I think it was functioning. But it just looked rusty and it looked crap. So between the rear dog arm and the rear shock, I've replaced them for about 60 quid for good working clean ones. Re-greased everything, so I'm happy with that. I've changed the CDI because the guy, thought it may have been an issue, so he gave me a spare one. The carbs have been sent off to get ultrasonic clean. It would ride, but when it got to about 8,000 revs, it didn't want to go no more, and then basically if you was to go fourth gear, it would start struggling. I'm hoping it is the carbs. If not, it may be the fuel pump, possibly. And I've had to check the timing to see if it's out. It looks okay. It is very difficult to see where the timing is with the engine in. You can kind of see, and you can get like an idea, but I'm going to show you now. If I just take this off, basically this is obviously your cam cover. On the back of the cams you've got 2 marks, so if this lobe is facing up, obviously I might have got them mixed up. So if this one here is facing, say, directly towards the camera, and that one there is, say, facing 2 o'clock, or it could be the other way around, then your timing looks, you know, it looks kind of right with the front of the cams here. I've given it a nice little clean up as well. As you can see, nice and clean. No, not many oil leaks, which is good. Engine covers, not too dirty. That's the chain that I mentioned earlier. Another thing that I've done is I've changed the headstock bearings. They cost me roughly £30, and to be fair, it wasn't the world's hardest job. I've never done it before, so I don't know if I've set up the preload right, but it does feel good. It feels smooth when I turn, so hopefully when I take it for MOT there's not a problem. If not, I am going to have to take it all apart and just tighten it a little bit up there, but it will mean I have to strip it down. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, it's got 49,000 miles on the clock. Probably had a hard life. However, with old bikes, let's be honest, they've all had, unless you're buying a very, very low mileage one, you are going to get a bike that has had a hard life, sadly. But going back to it, where it's a GSXR SRAD, being one of the world's most common bikes, parts are easy, like I said, and there is a lot of info out there. So yeah, I'm glad to be back on a GSXR. I'm quite happy with my choice. It is going to cost me probably, all being well, and the carbs come back and they clean and the bike rides kind of nice. I'm guessing the carbs are going to need a balance anyway. So with all of that, let me just quickly add it up. I should be around 1,100 quid, but my theory is, if I bought something for 1,500 quid or maybe 1,300 quid, by the time you do a few bits, and you'll always need something, these old bikes always need something, I could have possibly been at about 2 grand to 1,800 quid, which is not what I wanted to spend. And to me that is a waste of time, you know, buying something where someone says it's all good, you take it all apart, and then you start noticing bits and pieces. One thing that I did forget to mention as well is that it's had brand new disc and pads on the front, so that in itself, with the front forks and the spares, there's about 300 to 400 quid's worth of saving. So it was, you know, worth the initial investment. I feel doing the shock really easy actually. I don't know if it's easy because the bike's quite light and you can just lift up the center and then it all just, you know, comes, it just literally unbolt. It's like Lego, 1 2 3 4 bolts, done, easy, and it just comes out and you just pull it out the top. These are nice and smooth. These are throttle cables. Yeah, so you know, at the minute there's not a lot to look at because obviously it is in quite a lot of, you know, pieces. This is a colour, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. It's literally just a black colour, nothing fancy. I can tell it's, you know, been sprayed and everything because there's all rub down marks, but again, it's an old bike, it's not original. So therefore, in my opinion, you do need to take a pinch of salt with these old bikes. You know, there's no point being too serious. If I wanted the really mint one, sure, I can go down to my local shop and probably pick one up for 4 grand. But for me, I just don't see the point. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, obviously it's in pieces, like I said, but next week or the week after it should be ready. I'm waiting on a metal, I don't know if you can see that down here, there you go, down there is your cam chain tensioner, which I'm waiting for. So I'm waiting for a metal one to come in the post because I'll be honest, the chain at the moment is rattling off its arse. So once that's on, the carbs are on, fingers crossed it starts up and it's not, you know, causing me any grief, then I'll upload another video. But in the meantime, if you like what you saw, if you've got any questions on, you know, how something goes apart, or you're stuck on something, just let me know. Drop me a comment, and then please like and share my video. Thank you.